What is this place?
He said he was a traveler, a scientist who crashed off course. He had a ship that could travel the multiverse. Can this take us home?
It can take you anywhere.
Yeah! I'd never met anyone like him. He felt so lost, but we had a way out. We tried everything to recharge his ship's energy core. Nothing worked. I just thought I'd have more time.
Time? It's not what you think it is. It's a cage. And it does everything it can to break you. It's not until you free yourself from it that you see just how small it always was. We're going to get out of here. She's gonna open the door. And you'll be there. I promise.
It took ages, but we did it. Let's go home. His ship was neurokinetic, connected to his thoughts. When I touched it, I saw his mind. I felt what he had done. Entire timelines gone. Like they never even existed. Who is a king?
Who I need to be.
He didn't crash here. He was exiled here.
Janet.
Stay away.
You saved my life. I made a promise.
What are you going to do?
Win.
I can't let you leave.
Why do you think you can stop me? Give it to me, Janet! Give it to me!
I'm sorry, Hope.
No!
I blew up his core, cut him off from time, and trapped us both down here forever.
And just who are you?
I've been dubbed many names by many people. A ruler, a conqueror, he who remains, a jerk. But it's not as simple as a name. Eons ago, before the TVA, a variant of myself lived on Earth in the 31st century. He was a scientist, and he discovered that there were universes stacked on top of his own. At the same time, other versions of us were learning the same thing. Naturally, they made contact, and for a while, there was peace. Narcissistic, self-congratulatory peace. I love your shoes, I love your hair. Oh man, nice nose, thanks man, etc. They shared technology and knowledge, using the best of their universes to improve the others. However, not every version of me was so pure of heart. Some of us, new worlds meant only one thing: new lands to be conquered. The peace between realities erupted into all-out war, each variant fighting to preserve their universe and annihilate the others. This is almost the end, ladies and gentlemen, of everything and everyone.
And then the timekeepers came along and saved us all.
No. No. No, this is where we diverge from the dogma. That first variant encountered a creature created from all the tears in reality, capable of consuming time and space itself. A creature you both know.
Eliath.
Bingo. I harnessed the beast's power and began experimenting on it.
I weaponized Eliath. And I ended the multiversal war. Once I isolated our timeline, all I have to do was manage the flow of time and prevent any further branches. Hence, the TVA. Hence, the timekeepers in a highly efficient bureaucracy. Hence, ages and ages of cosmic harmony. Hence, you're welcome. You came to kill the devil, right? Well, guess what? I keep you safe. And if you think I'm evil, well, just wait till you meet my variants.
So the exiled one is dead. You sure he's dead?
If it wasn't true, I wouldn't call you.
Must really eat you up that you're not the one who killed him.
None of us killed him. They did. They're beginning to touch the multiverse. And if we let them, they will take everything we've built. So let's stop wasting time. We're late.
How many did you call?
All of us.
Great and powerful Oracle, we meet at last. I suppose you've been expecting me, right? The all-knowing Oracle is never surprised. How can she be? She knows everything. But if that's true, then why is she here? If she knew I was coming, why wouldn't she leave? Maybe you knew I was going to do that. Maybe you didn't. If you did, that means you baked those cookies and set that plate right there, deliberately, purposefully. Which means that you're sitting there also deliberately, purposefully.
What did you do with Santi?
Cookies need love, like everything does.
You are a bastard.
You would know, Mom.
Do what you're here to do.
Yes, ma'am.
You're all right. I'll make it. Did you see that agent? I've never seen anything like that. That doesn't matter now. All that matters is this. You first.
Look, Smith will suffice. Thank you. My pleasure.
Black water keep rolling on fast, just the same. Oh, black water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Oh, black water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Oh, black water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me?
Hello and welcome to the channel. Tonight's topic is part 7, Satan, the father of the black waters, the ghost Y chromosome progenitor, father of the melanated people on the earth. And we are going to take a deep dive into ancient text, going back into the Rig Veda and other apocryphal texts, researching and digging and finding out who Satan and his children on the earth are. So that said, let's go to the first slide. As I said in part 5 and 6, I keep finding the same reoccurring theme over and over and over again about the waters. And I've explained in these shows that the waters that they're talking about are nothing but metaphor describing the entrance into the earth matrix from higher and lower dimensional beings coming into the earth. And we're going to delve into this a lot deeper tonight and find out what other apocryphal texts have to say about these black waters and who are the children of the black waters. So we're going to start off in the book of the Secrets of Enoch. So let me minimize the mug here. I should learn whether he has love toward me or hatred. This is the Most High God speaking about Adam. I should learn whether he has love toward me or hatred, that it be clear which in his race loved me. For I have seen his nature, but he has not seen his own nature. Therefore, through not seeing, he will sin worse. And I said, after sin, what is there but death? And I put sleep into him, and he fell asleep. And I took from him a rib and created him a wife, that death should come to him by his wife. And I took his last word and called her name Mother, that is to say, Eva or Eve. God gives over paradise to Adam. As I've said in the past, the world was made for Adam, and these are not my opinions. When I say these things, they're from ancient texts, deep research, and I'm presenting my evidence to the viewer, and you make your own mind up. So, continuing, God gives over paradise to Adam and gives him command to see the heavens opened and that he should see the angels sing the song of victory. So, right off the bat, it tells you that it says that when he sees the heavens open, that means the dimensions opening. Adam had access to all the dimensions, the higher dimensions. And I don't know if it was forbidden to go into the lower, but I haven't found anything of him going to the lower dimensions other than when he fell into the flesh and died. So that said, Adam has life on earth, and I created a garden in Eden in the east, that he should observe the testament and keep the command. The command was, thou shalt not mix thy white water seed with the children of darkness, with the black tree of evil, or interdimensional race mixing. It's exactly what this text is telling you. I made the heavens open to him, that he should see the angels singing the song of victory and the gloomless light. And he was continuously in paradise. And the devil understood that I want to create another world because Adam was Lord on the earth to rule and control it. The devil is the evil spirit of the lower places. Bingo. Said that 1,000 times. As a fugitive, he made Sotana from the heavens, as his name was Satmael or Satnael. Thus he became different from the angels, but his nature did not change, his intelligence as far as his understanding of righteousness and sinful things. So let me give a little commentary on this. Very, very interesting text. And remember, these were the books that were not allowed in your Bible. Okay? So just a little side note there. So right off the bat, it says that God gave paradise to Adam, touched on that earlier, and he gives him a command, touched on that. The command was not to mix. Don't eat of the tree. Eating is just metaphor for interdimensional, interspecies of breeding, higher dimensional angels breeding with lower dimensional angels that do not have the light of God within them. So that said, it says that the heavens open and that he should see the angels singing the song of victory. Well, what is this song of victory that they're singing, and what victory are they referring to? Well, the victory that they're referring to, I read to you in part 5 in the ancient text, where it talks about the spring of the white waters. And this is verified in other texts in the Rig Veda, and I'm going to give you example after example of this war and the victory of the sons of light and the Most High Jesus Christ over the black Satan, the devil. So continuing, it says, Adam has life on earth, and I created a garden in the east, that he should observe the testament, keep the command. Thou shalt not eat of the tree of evil. Thou shalt not mix with Satan and his lower caste angels. I made the heavens open to him, that he should see the angels singing the song of victory and the gloomless light. So, on another level, in verse 2, it's telling you that Adam, the heavens opened up for Adam so that he should see, either visualize it or see to the angels would give their song of victory to the Most High. In other words, the Judeo-Christian church teaches that Lucifer is the devil, Isaiah 14:12, and that he was the most beautiful angel of all, blah, 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 and led the angels to song. And that is an outright fraud and a lie. This text in the book of the Secrets of Enoch is telling you that the heavens opened to Adam, that he should see or lead the angels singing the song of victory. This angel that he's speaking of is Ad-Rael, Adam Rael, the Son of God, Luke 3:38. And he, not Satan, Adrael, Adam, that he led the angels to song. If you read these apocryphal texts, it literally tells you that it was Adrael that led these angels to sing praise to the Most High, the song of victory. And what the church has done, they've hidden that, and they've taken a title, a word that was never translated from Jerome's translation, his Latin translation, Lucifer, which in the Latin tongue means nothing but one who bears the light, one who bears the El. In the name Israel, El means light. That's what it means. So are the sons of light, are they the devil? No, it is a title. And they've done this to confuse you and to hide our father, the progenitor, the first Israel, Adrael, who within him were all the sons and daughters and all the souls of Israel ever to be born on the earth, past, present, and future. And this text right here in verse 2 is telling you that the dimensions opened to Adam, who led the angels. So this totally destroys the Judeo-Christian narrative that Lucifer is Satan and he led the angels to praise God and to sing song. He never did that. It tells you right here in the next verse, it says, the devil, the evil spirit of the lower places. Let that sink in. I said that in the last part I did, that he never led the angels. He was a lower caste angel. There was no need for him to mix with Adam and Eve if he had the stones of creation in him from our Father. And I'm not going to get too deep into that, but that's going to come in later parts of the show, and I'm going to explain what it actually means. So let's continue. It says, the devil is the evil spirit of the lower places, and he was a fugitive. He made Santana. His name was turned into Santana, and his name was Satnael, not Lucifer. There is no mention of Lucifer in any of the text, any of the Rig Veda, from any civilization, of any text that I've read. I've never found that name Lucifer other than the King James translation from Jerome. So continuing, it says, thus he became different from the angels. Wow, this is incredible. What are they telling you here? He became different? What does this mean? It means if you go to the books of Adam and Eve from the Ethiopic writings, it tells you that when Satan tried to overthrow the Father, he was the first one. He was cast down from him rising above through the dimensions. That's right, he raised up through the dimensions and he tried to overthrow the Father. And the Father handed him his black ass and threw him back down onto the earth and into the lower dimensions and placed him in a black body, a black suit avatar, a body of pure darkness. And this is what the song of victory was all about, because they were victorious. Adam fought him on the earth, Michael the archangel and the other angels fought him in the heavens, and they cast this fugitive down, this thief of the white waters, this thief of the white water matrix, into the earth. We're going to touch on that, how Satan himself stole the earth when God sent him to the earth to view the earth, and this demon did not come back and he disobeyed. They even tell you that in the Matrix movie. Agent Smith tells you, I was compelled to disobey. I knew the rules. I knew I was supposed to return, but I couldn't. I was compelled to stay. And that is hidden apocryphal text in the movies, right in your face. And in the Secrets of Enoch here, they're telling you that this Satan, Satnael, Satan, he lost whatever light or whatever status that he had. And in the books of Adam and Eve, if you attach these two together, like I said, like puzzle pieces, it tells you exactly what this change, what this alteration was. And the Father himself tells you, I threw him into a black body. It's in the books of Adam and Eve. You can read it yourself. I'm not making this up. This is not my opinion. This has nothing to do with emotion. Like I said in the past, if you are a researcher worth your salt, you have got to present the evidence that you find. Thus, he became different from the angels. So his appearance became different. The light was stripped. And now he is a black man, or a black demonic demon, father of the black Y chromosome of the melanated we was Kangs. This is their father. But his nature, his evil nature, his jealousy of the white race, of Adam. I will not bow to Adam. I am made of fire. He is made of dust. His nature did not change. His intelligence, as far as his understanding of righteousness and sinful things, remained the same. So that said, let's go to the next slide. The true esoteric meaning of Israel, or El Ra'is, which originates from Ad Ra'el. Adam, Ra, El. So, what is the true meaning of Israel? And I'm not talking about the frauds in the Middle East and the Hebrew Israelites who claim it, but the true hidden meaning of Israel is, like I said, a combination of anagrams. And when you separate the word and put them in the correct order or the correct sequence, the meaning is right in your face. You have one letter of an incomplete word. The E of the L is everlasting, and the L stands for light. The everlasting light, Guda, our Father, God. Ra, the Son, who had a son. He is the Son of the Son who came to the earth and was crucified to save his sons. And then we have Is, which means flesh, or two letters of an incomplete word, IESUS, hidden in plain sight the entire time. Israel means Jesus, the Son, the everlasting light, our Father. So, this is the true hidden esoteric meaning of the word. And that's why when Adrael, Adam, fell, the light was taken from him, and he was no longer Adrael, he became Adam. The light was no longer coming out of his body for all to see, but was inside. It was cast inside of a flesh avatar, flesh suit, or body, or temple. Temple. And that's exactly what the name Israel means. But from my understanding, that this light emanation that comes from the Father is the true meaning of Israel. And I can tell you this, most of the rabbis over in the Middle East do not have this L within their body. That said, let's go to the next slide. The mark of the beast. We hear about that all the time, the mark of the beast. What is the mark of the beast? I went into my old video library I have all the way back from the 90s. And I can't remember the gentleman's name, but I think the video was called Infinity Bible Codes. And I hadn't seen this, my gosh, since the late 90s, early 2000. And I was watching a show and I was blown away. What he does is he breaks down the word shadow or darkness into the Greek and gives the numerical equivalent or the numerical value. So darkness, skotos, and forgive me for being so blurry, but this is literally off of my television and from an old VHS tape that I have. And I was blown away when I saw this because the Bible tells you that the mark of the beast would be 666. And if you break it down numerically, the word darkness or black, jet black, inky black, stands for the mark of the beast, 666. So this is out of one of my books that I have out of Oxford University in my library. It's book on the apocryphal text, and this book is called Second Baruch, and this is a mind-blowing text because, like I said, all of these different texts, they correlate with each other like a giant puzzle. So let's dig into this book and see what this book has to say about the black and the white waters. And when I had said these things, I fell asleep there, and I saw a vision, and lo, a cloud was ascending from the very great sea. And I kept gazing upon it, and lo, it was full of waters, white and black. I have to stop here. So he was looking at a sea, and magically he saw two different types of waters, one sewage water and one white water. That makes no sense whatsoever. Here again, we have metaphor. This is biblical metaphor hiding an overall deeper meaning for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. I've said that a million times, but that is the absolute truth. And that's why I believe that these texts were written that way, because our Father said you had to study yourself to show yourself approved unto him. And I kept gazing upon it. And lo, it was full of waters, white and black. And there were many colors in those self-same waters. And as it were, the likeness of a great lightning was seen at the summit. And I saw the cloud passing swiftly in quick course, and it covered all the earth. And it came to pass after these things that cloud began to pour upon the earth the waters that were in it. And I saw that there was not one and the same likeness in the waters which descended from it. For in the beginning they were black and many for a time, and afterwards I saw that the waters became bright. I have to stop right here. Here the writer of the text does a little slick trick on you, and he tells you these are bright waters. But in the beginning of the text, he tells you there are two different waters, white and black. But here, to confuse you and hide the fact that these waters were white, they call it bright. So keep that in mind when I'm reading the text. I'm going to replace bright with white. I saw black waters, and after these things again, white, and again black, and again white. Now, this was done 12 times, but the black were always more numerous than the white. And it came to pass at the end of the cloud that, lo, it rained black waters, and they were darker than had been all those waters that were before. And fire was mingled with them, and there were those waters descended. They wrought devastation and destruction. And after these things, I saw how the lightning, which I had seen on the summit of the cloud, seized hold of it and hurled it down to the earth. Now that lightning shone exceedingly so as to illuminate the whole earth, and it healed those regions where the last waters had descended and wrought devastation. And it took hold of the whole earth and had dominion over it. And I saw after these things, and lo, 12 rivers ascending from the sea. And they began to surround that lightning and to become subject to it. And by reason of my fear, I awoke. This is next level, mind blowing, and it is telling you a story that has been hidden from every Christian that goes to a church. But the reality is that this is telling you of a hidden battle. Let's go back. We're going to go back to the secrets of Enoch here. And these two texts, they connect if you know what you're looking for. So if we go over this and examine this text, what it's actually saying, it's telling you the story of a battle between the white waters and the black waters, the sons of darkness versus the sons of light. Adrael, the sons of Adam, and the black race, or the melanated people, the sons of Satan. We look into the text and it tells you that he saw a vision and a cloud, and ascending from it was a very great sea. So oftentimes where they talk about a great sea or ocean, they're talking about molecular projection of higher and lower dimensional beings coming to the earth, passing through the ether, the waters, whatever word you want to throw on it. But according to the text, this is exactly what they're saying. So he says, I kept gazing upon it, and lo, and it was full of waters, white and black. So he's being shown the history, the past, present, and future of the earth, and the people or the stars from above that would project down onto the earth, and the lower caste demons, like the other text just said, that came from below. They were jealous of Adam. Like I said, I will not bow to Adam. He should bow to me. I was made of fire. I was made first. And this battle has been going on for millennia. And here it is in the text. If you know what to look for, it's telling you of these cycles of time that have passed. And there's been a war between the sons of Satan and the sons of Adam, the sons of the white race of Atlantis that are here to this very day. There are black waters and many colors in those same self waters. So there are many different variants of the black waters. So in other words, they would mix, like if they went into Asia, they would mix with Asians, and you would get a different variant. of the black waters mixing with the yellow waters. And in my opinion, this is what the four horsemen of the Bible are talking about. I'm not going to get into that too deep. Maybe it'll be sometime in the future, but that's exactly, in my opinion, what it means. In those same self waters, and as it were, the likeness of a great lightning was seen at the summit. So, what is this lightning? This is our Father Jesus Christ. Like in the book of Job, I throw the lightning, Zeus, I throw the lightning, and they come back and say, here we are. So when you read in the Rig Veda, it tells you almost verbatim the story of the white waters versus the black waters, and how this black water lower dimensional virus broke into the earth and took it. That's exactly what the spring of the white waters was about, when the devil was crying and they said tears were pouring out of his eyes. That's just metaphor for the devil mixing his genetics and bringing his lower realm upside down demon children from the lower dimension into this third dimension. And it came to pass after these things that that cloud began to pour upon the earth the waters that were in it. And I saw that there was not one and the same likeness in the waters which descended from it. For in the beginning they were black, and many for a time. And afterwards I saw the waters, and they became white. So this is a little misleading here. There's no way that the waters were spawned out of the black waters. In other words, this means that when Adam was put in control or in charge or given the earth as his kingdom, Adam was the king of the world because the world was made for Adam and not Satan. So that's why there's this constant back and forth through these cycles of time of this war between the two genetic strains of Satan and of Jesus Christ through his son Adam. So when Adam fell and God placed him in a flesh suit, a flesh body upon the earth, he had children. And that was the start of the white race or the white waters upon the earth in the flesh, not in God form anymore. But this was the very foundation of the white race, our beginning on the earth and our present condition to this day, to this very day. So it says, but they were not many. And after these things, again, I saw black waters. And after these things, again, white waters, and again, black, and again, white. Now, this was done 12 times, but the black were always more numerous than the white. And it came to pass at the end of the cloud that, lo, it rained black waters, and they were darker than had been all those waters that were before. And fire was mingled with them. And those waters descended, they wrought devastation and destruction. So in my opinion, this is the story of the Nephilim, of the sons of Adam, the sons of God, the sons of Jared, that mixed. The fire is the light. Light is the manifestation of fire. This is why they say fire. It's a little misleading. But this fire was mingled with them. So I said in the previous show that hail was fire mingled with blood. So if we connect this to the Bible, let me read it one more time. It says, and it came to pass at the end of the cloud that, lo, it rained black waters, and they were darker than had been all those waters that were before. And fire was mingled. Is this not what the books of Job say in the Bible and in the book of Revelations? Let's touch on that real fast. It says, to cause it to rain on the earth where no man or no Adam is, on the wilderness wherein there is no man or no Adam, to satisfy the desolate and waste ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth. They're talking about human beings, the human projection, the temple, the cube altar. This is what they're talking about. Hath the rain a father? So the rain they're speaking of, rain doesn't have a father, water. This is metaphor. Again, they're speaking of genetics. So has the genetics of the black waters a father? Have the genetics of the white water, do they have a father? So let's continue here in the book of Job, chapter 38. It says, and whose womb came the ice and the hoary frost of heaven. Ice and frost are speaking of white people, the white projection. Who hath gendered it? Who has gendered the rain? So does rain have a gender? Is it male or female? They're not talking about H2O. They're talking about projection coming through the white waters and the black waters. Let's go to the book of Revelation 8, 7, 9. I've done this in the past, but just to attach this to Baruch, let's see what it says. Revelation 8, 7, and 9. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And a third part of the trees were burned up, and all the grass was burned up. And the second angel sounded, and as it were, a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea. And the third part of the sea became blood, and the third part of all the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed. So I think this is very interesting right here. It tells you that the grass, if we go to verse 7, it says the first angel sounded, and there followed hail. That means white race genetics from the white water mingled with fire. Now, could this be the lower dimensional demons known as Satan and the black waters? And I believe yes. And it says, and they were cast into the earth, and a third part of the trees of the family trees were burnt up, and all the grass was green and burned up. Let's go to Revelation 8, 11, where they talk about wormwood. I'm not going to get too deep into wormwood. I've talked about that in the past. It says, in the name of the stars, call wormwood or worm food, Adam. And a third part of the waters became worm food, worm fodder. Many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. The bitterness that they are speaking of are the mixing of the black waters and the white waters. And here in Baruch, it tells you point blank that these waters, they were mingled with fire. Fire was with them, mingled. So mingling means that they came together and they created an unassimilatable group of lower dimensional demons with the sons of God. Enoch told them, if you leave the cave of treasures and you go down to the sons and daughters of Cain, you will no longer be the sons of God, but the sons of the devil, Satan, not Lucifer, Satan. That is the devil's name. That is the enemy, the adversary, the accuser. If we attach the white waters with the black waters here, it's telling you something very interesting. And where those waters descended, the ones that were darker than the other ones, these Nephilim, it says, and where they descended, they wrought devastation and destruction. They're speaking of the black and white mixed waters that created the Nephilim creatures. And they wrought devastation and destruction. Anywhere you go on the earth today, and I am not saying this out of any emotion, this is just fact, my observation of the world the way I see it. Anywhere you have these blackwater children, this is all they bring is devastation and destruction. They never create, they never build, they destroy. And after these things, I saw how that lightning, which I had seen on the summit of the cloud, seized hold of it and hurled it down to the earth. Now, what is this lightning? This is very interesting here. Pay attention. Now, that lightning shone exceedingly, so as to illuminate the whole earth, and it healed those regions where the last black waters, the last black group of black people had descended or come up and wrought devastation. Now, how did they come to the earth? Their father Satan took control of the earth matrix, the spring of the white waters, and infected it with his genetics, with his black water genetics. This is what the text is telling you. So he's telling you that the lightning shone exceedingly as to illuminate the whole earth. This is Jesus Christ, our Father, eradicating these demons as the virus overtook the earth and cut off the white waters, the white race children of Adam, genocided us. Now, are they speaking in Noah's time, or is this another cycle? He tells you that through 12 cycles, he saw this happening in his vision. This is a mind-blowing text right here, if you understand what you're looking at. So he says, it illuminated the whole earth, and he healed those regions where the last waters had descended and wrought devastation. And it took hold of the whole earth. So that lightning, so the father of light and the children of the sun, not children of Saturn, the Saturday worshiping children of the black cube, the wolves posing as sheep, the sun children. And I saw after these things, and lo, 12 rivers were ascending from the sea, and they began to surround that lightning and to become subject to it. So the book of Revelation, chapter 12, it tells you about the war in heaven. So we're going to start number 9. And it says, and that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, not Lucifer, Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of Jesus Christ. They always throw these little slick tricks in there where you go into the older translations and it clears this up. But they try to separate them like they're two different people, and they're not. Another rabbi fraud. For the accuser of our brethren, Satan, is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they that loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman. He persecuted Adam, the sons of Adam, through the white waters. Eve was nothing but the portal, the higher projection portal, the dimensional portal for the star seeds to come down into the earth and take human form. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that is also a symbol of Zeus and the United States, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and half time, and from the face of the serpent. And the serpent, pay attention to 15, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the sons and daughters of Adam came through the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. That's exactly what we're living through right now in the invasion of the white nations. Satan, not Lucifer. Lucifer's a title. I'm going to keep beating that horse. Satan is casting out the waters. In other words, his genetic projection of lower dimensional beings to wash away the seed of the white waters through Adrael and his father, Jesus Christ. So 12 rivers, they were ascending from the sea. These are the 12 projection pyramids above the earth, as per the emerald tablets of Thoth, from the sea. So if we look at this, it tells you the 12 rivers were ascending from the sea. And they began to surround the father of the lightning, Jesus Christ, and to become subject to it. So let's go to Revelation chapter 21, verse 12. And it reads, and had a great wall and high, and it had 12 gates, and the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So we go back to the book of Baruch, and it tells you right here that there were 12 rivers that were ascending from the sea. These 12 rivers, this is metaphor again, are the white waters of Jesus Christ coming down from his footstool through the gates, the 12 gates of heaven of the white race of each one of the sons of El Ra'is coming down to the earth. Sea is metaphor for waters, white water projection of the star seeds of Jesus Christ, his genetics coming down to the earth. He is the father of the heavens. The earth would be the feminine, the mother of the dust. We who are from Adam, who came of the dust. This is what this text is telling you. So I think we spent enough time on this text. So let's go to the next slide. For the last waters which thou hast seen, which were darker than all that were before them, those which were after the 12th number, which were collected together, belong to the whole world. For the Most High made divisions from the beginning. Pay attention to that. I'm going to read that again. For the Most High made divisions from the beginning of what? Of the waters. This is what he's talking about. Because he alone knows what will befall. For as to the enormities and the impieties which should be wrought before him, he foresaw 6 kinds of them. And the good works of the righteous which should be accomplished before him, he foresaw 6 kinds of them, beyond those which he should work at the consummation of the age, at the end of the age. On his account, there were not black waters with black, nor white with white, for it is the consummation. So I'm going to give a little commentary on this. He also tells you here, on account of this, there were not black waters with black or white with white, for it is the consummation, the end of the age, that these two waters would mix. Let's continue. He says, here, therefore, the interpretations of the last black waters which are to come after the black. This is the word. Behold, the days come, and it shall be when the time of the age is ripened, that's the harvest, and the harvest of its evil and good seeds has come, that the mighty one will bring upon the earth and its inhabitants and upon its rulers perturbation of spirit and stupor of the heart. So this text is telling you that in the end times, when these waters would not stay divided, that there would literally be anxiety and mental unease, or mental, I would say mental illness. We're seeing that now. And they shall hate one another and provoke one another to fight. And the mean shall rule over the honorable, and those of low degree shall be extolled above the famous, and the many shall be delivered into the hands of the few. And those who were nothing shall rule over the strong, and the poor shall have abundance beyond the rich, and the impious shall exalt themselves above the heroic. And the wise shall be silent, and the foolish shall speak. Neither shall the thought of men be then confirmed, nor the counsel of the mighty, nor shall the hope of those who hope be confirmed. And when these things which were predicted have come to pass, then shall confusion fall upon all men, and some of them shall fall in battle, and some of them shall perish in anguish, and some of them shall be destroyed by their own. Then the Most High will reveal those peoples whom he has prepared before, the white race of Adam. And they shall come to make war with the leaders that shall then be left. And it shall come to pass that whoever gets safe out of the war shall die in the earthquake. And whosoever gets safe out of the earthquake shall be burned by the fire. And whosoever gets safe out of the fire shall be destroyed by famine. So, whatever this destruction is, they're talking about the end of the cycle. Looks like no one gets out of this, according to this text. Is this 100% accurate? Does this mean it's going to happen? I have no idea. I'm only reading the text to you. You can make your own minds up on this text. So, this is very interesting. He's telling you here that God from the beginning divided the waters from the waters. So, the Bible is not 100% clear, and it's only giving you a small summary of what really happened, and it doesn't go into detail. According to this text, connecting it with other text, these waters are people. You have black people, melanated people, and you have white people. And there would be different times within the cycle or warring factions between these two black and white groups of waters, and God divided them after the last reset. This is how what I'm getting from this. And tells you that God alone, Jesus Christ alone, knows what will befall or what will happen. For to the enormities and the impieties which should be wrought before him, for he saw six kinds of them, that there would be six kinds of different variants of the races of the waters, of the blacks, and I would imagine it'd be the whites as well, possibly mixing with the blacks. And it's telling you right here, on his account, there were not black waters with black. So there were not black people with black people, nor white people with white people. For this would be the sign, in my opinion, of the end of the earth. So it's telling you here in 69, verse 5, on his account, there were not black people with black people, nor white people with white people, for there was a consummation or a marriage. What is a consummation? The definition reads the action of making marriage or relationship complete by having sexual intercourse. So the white waters and the black waters were mixing. And this, under God's law, was forbidden and is forbidden to this very day. So, continuing, he gives you some of the interpretations of this. He says, therefore, the interpretation of the last black waters, which are to come, this is the word. Behold, the days will come, and it shall be when the time of the age is ripened, and the harvest, Matthew chapter 13, of its evil and good seeds has come. So, what is a good seed and what is a evil, wicked seed? The wicked seed are the seed of the black waters. The black waters. A tare is like the wheat, but smaller and black. That is the agricultural definition of a tare. It looks like the wheat, but is smaller and black. And the good seed are the children of heaven, the star seeds, those who come from above. Jesus Christ, the Father of the white waters, and his white water star seeds coming down to the earth. And the father of the tares is the devil, Satan. I didn't write these texts. I'm just telling you what they say. So they'll hate each other and they'll provoke fight one another. Okay, you see that all over the internet. You see white women on trains getting stabbed in the neck. I got that white bitch. You see white women being caught on fire, and they're all by the children of the black waters. They have been activated through some type of satanic frequency to rise up and start killing white people. That's exactly what's happening. I am not promoting violence at all. Do not take anything that I'm telling you in these videos and use it as an excuse to attack someone. I have nothing to do with that. I'm simply telling you what these texts are saying, and I'm attaching it to modern times and events that are happening right before your very eyes. Anyone with eyes to see can see what's going on. So let's go to slide 3 of the Black Waters. I'm going to briefly go over this. And the Holy Land shall have mercy on its own, and it shall protect the inhabitants at that time. This is the vision which thou hast seen. And this is the interpretation. For I have come to tell thee these things, because thy prayer has been heard with the Most High. Here now, also regarding the bright lightning, which is to come at the consummation after these are black waters, this is the word. After the signs have come, of which thou wast told before, when the nations become turbulent and the time of Jesus the Messiah is come, he shall both summon all the nations, and some of them he shall spare, and some of them shall slay. These things therefore shall come upon the nations which are to be spared by him. Pay attention to this. All these triple S people on the earth that are attacking the white race, this is what's going to happen to you from the Most High. Every nation which knows not Israel, and that does not mean the frauds in the Middle East who are numerically disqualified from being God's sons of light, nor do they have the everlasting light of Jesus Christ within them. They are frauds. They are lower dimensional demons in flesh suit, a rank of fallen angel demons from the direction of Satan under his command, waging an all out war on the children of Adam upon the earth. Continuing, it says, all those nations that know not the white race of Adam, Israel, El Rais, the sons of Adrael, and has not trodden down the seed or killed the white race of Adrael through his son Jacob, shall indeed be spared. And this because some out of every nation shall be subjected to thy people. But all those who have ruled over you or who have known you shall be given up to the sword. Who rules over us right now? All you have to do is follow the money and the issuance thereof. That's who rules over us. Continuing, and it shall come to pass when he has brought low everything that is in the world, and he has sat down in peace for the age on the throne of his kingdom, that joy shall then be revealed, and the rest shall appear. And then healing shall descend in dew, and disease shall withdraw, and anxiety and anguish and lamentation pass from amongst the sons of Adam, and gladness proceeds through the whole earth, and no one shall again die untimely, nor shall any adversity suddenly befall. And judgments and revilings and contentions and revenges and blood and passion and envy and hatred and whatsoever things are like these shall go into condemnation when they are removed. So let me pause here for a second. All these evil emotions, he's talking about the tares of the field that will be removed: envy, hatred, and jealousy. Now, is that attached to one race of people? No. All races have that range of emotion. And that's up to the Most High to judge. So I'm going to skip 73 and I'm going to go down to 74. And it shall come to pass in those days that the reapers shall not grow weary, nor those that build be toil worn. For the work shall of themselves speedily advance, together with those who do them in much tranquility. For the time is the consummation of that which is corruptible, and the beginning of that which is not corruptible. Therefore, those things which were predicted shall belong to it. Therefore, it is far away from evils and near to those things which die not. This is the white lightning, the bright white lightning, which came after the last dark waters. So let's go over 74. Give a little commentary on this. It says, and it shall come to pass in those days that the reapers shall not grow weary. So, in other words, there are going to be a lot of triple S people leaving the earth, whether they know it or not. There are a lot of people that are leaving, and this lines up exactly with Matthew chapter 13, the parable of the wheat and the tares. We're not going to go through that, but you can definitely look that up on your own. And it says, for those that build, well, we know certain people are not builders, they're destroyers. So let's go to the next slide. Satan is black, hidden in the rejected text. So, as we just read in the apocryphal text that I presented to you tonight, of this war between the white waters and the black waters, which, in my opinion, confirms what happened to Satan, who he is, and what he looks like, and who his children are on the earth. Now, let's go into some other texts from the apocryphal texts that were kept out of the Bible that give you a literal physical description of Satan from Satan himself. So, let's start here on the left. It says, Andrew said to him, "What shall I say about you, O evil one, and your wicked nature? For the time of prayer has come. You then shall be suspended outside of the city until tomorrow." Andrew began his prayer and finished it and gave the holy mysteries to the believers. And he sent them away in peace. On the following day, when the multitude assembled, Andrew came and called to the black man, saying, "I will determine who you are, O unclean black man, evil one, dark spirit. Reveal yourself to this multitude, that they might all see you." The black man answered him, saying, "Neither you shall judge me, nor he who does this to me. Yet these are my evil deeds, for I have lost my glory and have ruined my honor." Andrew said to him, "O unclean one, dark one, did you have any honor?" He said to him, "You say that I am a dark black man. Do you not know my nature, whence it came to be? Your will is to only show this multitude who I am. Woe is me! What will save me from this plight in which I am?" And he began to call on the names of the powers from above. Andrew said to him, "Stay quiet. You cannot speak, except for telling the multitude who you are." He answered him, saying, "I am one of the 200 angels who were sent to see the earth. And when we had seen it, we deemed it good. We disobeyed him, and we did not return to him who had sent us. My name is Mejana, or Satana, Satan." So if we go to the one of the homilies, it says, "Homily on the Archangel Michael, ascribed to Gregory of Nazarenus, in which God, after he has created the world, orders the devil, also called Mastema or Satniel, to descend on the earth and see if it requires any further refinement. When the devil descends and sees the world that it is good, he refuses to go back to heaven and decides to remain on earth as its king, or Kang. We was Kangs. So he tells him right here, "I'm a Kang. I am a Kang." So let's give a little commentary on this. So this is from one of the hidden texts that was kept out of your Bible for good reason, so you would never know this. And they're telling you that the 200 angels that landed on Mount Hermon were led by the black Satan. This is Satan himself telling you that. I didn't write these texts. I'm revealing them to you. Not many people know these even exist, but this is telling you right here, the dark black man is none other than Satan, Mejana, Satana, Satnael. Satnael. He came to the earth. God sent him there. Does it need refinement? And he refused in jealousy to return. Like Agent Smith said, "I knew what I had to do, but I was compelled to stay, compelled to disobey and stay on the earth as its king." So in these hidden texts, they tell you point blank, Satan says it himself, that he is black. Therefore, his Y chromosome passed down to his sons on the earth. Satan is black. He is the father, the ghost Y chromosome progenitor of the melanated people on the earth. It's right here in the text, right before your very eyes. So let's go to the next slide. This is from a book called Paradise Lost by Milton. And the book is presented as poetry. And in my opinion, that is the furthest thing from the truth. This book, in my opinion, is none other than history that actually happened and disguised as poetry. And I'm going to use one small verse from this book, and it tells you exactly who and what Satan is. Now, what was the reason that Milton put this out as poetry? Could it have been that these books were rejected and that the church would have burned this guy at the stake for exposing this? And I would say the answer to that is probably yes. But I think what he's done is cleverly put actual historical fact or biblical text into a book masquerading as poetry. So we read, if shape it might be called, that shape had none, distinguishable in member, joint, or limb, or substance might be called that shadow seemed, for each seemed either, pay attention, black, it stood as night, fierce as 10 furies, terrible as hell, and shook a dreadful dart, what seemed his head the likeness of a kingly crown had on. Satan was now at hand, and from his seat the monster moving onward came as fast, with horrid strides. Hell trembled as he strode. So this is telling you point blank, Milton is telling you in Paradise Lost that Satan, as he came up from the dimensions and came to the earth, that Satan is black. Right here from art from the Ethiopic church in Africa, these paintings depict Satan as black. These are his children. I am not making this up. I am not attacking anyone. This is not coming from a place of hate, love, like, or dislike. I'm merely bringing forth my research, and it's right in your face. I'm merely presenting the facts. This is what I have found, and this is a repetitive theme I keep finding over and over and over again. Like I said, it never stops. So let's go to the next slide. And let's read this. This is called the Blackwater Virus of Satan, Saturn, Saturday. You know, the Saturday worshipers, the children of the black cube. Let's get started here. It says, as you saw before on the summit of the cloud, black waters descended previously on the earth. This is the transgression that Adam and Eve committed. For since the time he transgressed, untimely death came. Grief was named and anguish was prepared. Pain was created and Cain was born. Disease took hold and Sheol kept demanding to be renewed in blood. The birth of the black children was brought about, and the passion of the parents was its fruit, and the greatness of humanity, Amunkind, was humiliated, and goodness died. What can be blacker or darker than these people? This is the beginning of the black race, which you have seen. From these black waters, blacks were born. Black was derived, and from the darkness, darkness was produced. For he, Adam, became a danger to his own soul and even to the angels. At the time when he was created, he enjoyed liberty, and Satan's fallen angels descended and mingled with women. I just read to you, I am Satana of the 200 that landed on Mount Hermon, the black Satan and his black lower dimensional demons. They mingled with women, and those who did were tormented and enchained, in prison, in chains. But the rest of the multitude of angels, of which there is no number, restrain themselves. Those who live on the earth perish together with them through the waters of the flood. These are the first black waters, or black people. And after these waters, you saw white waters. This is the spring of Adam down to Abraham, Abba, Ra, Ha, Amun. That's what Abraham means. Abba, Ra, Ha, breath, spirit of Jesus Christ, Amun. Jesus, Ra, Amun. Right in your face. It's right in his name. Continuing. This is the spring of Adam through Abraham and his generations, and the birth of his sons and his sons' sons, and those like them. So these guys were different than the Blackwater children. Adam, I was as white as my fingernails, as white as an alabaster stone. Abraham and his generations, and the birth of his sons and his sons' sons, and those like them. Because at that time the unwritten law was named among them. What is the unwritten law? The words of the commandments were then fulfilled. They did not mix their seed. Belief in the coming judgment was then born, and hope of the world that was to be renewed was then created. The promise of life to come was began. These are the white waters which you have seen. So, wow, a lot to unpack here. This is a continuation from another text, not from Baruch. This is from another text that I got, and it's saying the same exact thing, that there's a division. These were the waters divided from the waters. The church tells you, oh, there's waters above and below. That very well could be. But in this context, they're specifically talking about people coming to the earth, star seeds coming to the earth, molecular projection coming from the higher dimensions and the lower dimensions and projecting onto the earth. Light congealed from the heavens and dark light from the upside down coming into the world. This is what they're telling you. Start here on number 5. As you saw before in the summit of the cloud, black waters descended previously on the earth. This is the transgression that Adam and Eve committed. This is why Adrael lost his everlasting light. He lost his light and he became Adam. What was the transgression? They broke the command. I keep saying it. Here it is in another text. He mixed his white waters genetics of Jesus Christ to a lower dimensional being, mixed with this demon. Him and Eve both did it. And they mixed with this being, producing unassimilatable triple S people on the earth, producing children of the black waters. And here it is right before your very eyes in another text. For since the time he has transgressed, untimely death came. O Adam, if you eat of the tree of evil, not good and evil, that is a false translation. It's if you mix your tree of good with the tree of evil, you will surely die. Grief was named and anguish was prepared. Pain was created and Cain was born. Pain was created in birth. This was God's punishment to Eve. Anguish and pain. And created the little black demon Cain. You can't make this stuff up. Here it is right before your very eyes. Disease took hold. And hell, Sheol, hell, kept demanding to be renewed in blood? Whoa. What? What does this mean? Why is hell demanding blood? This is why a certain group that calls themselves the tribe of Judah drink blood. Don't believe me? Go on YouTube and look up the Jewish circumcision ritual. They drink blood. Why is that? Because there is no L coursing through their veins. They are devoid of the light of Jesus Christ. It is in our blood. I've said in the past that a white light emanation or your aura will come out of your body if God resonates it within your genetics. He will allow you to see it. And this is telling you that hell, Sheol, kept demanding blood. the birth of the black children was brought about. So, through the mixing of the white waters and the black waters, it allowed these lower dimensional black waters children of Satan to come into the earth and keep form here. So hell keeps demanding blood so they can come up from the upside down and come in through the flesh portal of a black woman and make entrance into the world. This is how they do it. The text is telling you this. Hell or Sheol kept demanding to be renewed in blood. The birth of the black children was brought about. That's how they did it. That's how they kept their form. They're not of this earth. They're not of this vibration of the earth. And they do it through the mixing with our genetics. This is what the text is telling you. And the passion of the parents was its fruit. And the greatness of Amun kind, Amun, human is nothing but human. I've said this a million times. Amun. Amun. Amun of the breath spirit. The breath spirit of Jesus is none other than his his light, the sacrifice of our Father, giving his light to his sons. And the greatness of, in that cycle, the greatness of the children of Adam, they were humiliated and the goodness died. They fell. And these children, through Cain, the black race came upon the earth. This is what the text is saying right before your very eyes. This is the beginning of the black race or of blackness, which you have seen. From these black waters, blacks or black was derived. And from the darkness of Sheol that was demanding blood. Why? Why do they need the blood? Because the light of life, the light of the life of our Father, the white race genetics of creation, of higher molecular projection, is brought into the earth through the blood. The blood is the life essence of all living beings. Do not drink blood, O sons and daughters of Adam. And there are other races upon the earth of Satan's children that drink blood. This is what they do. I'm not making it up. For he, Adam, became a danger to his own soul, even to the angels. How did he do this? By mixing their genetics with our genetics, they receive the light of Jesus. There is no light. They're devoid of it. So they have to race mix with the sons of light. This is what the text is telling you. And Satan's falling angels descended and mingled with women. I am the black man, Satana, the head of the 200 angels who landed on the earth and took all those women who they desired and married them and had half-breed demon creature Nephilim. This is telling you the whole story. And those who did were tormented, imprisoned, and put in chains. This is also in the books of Enoch as he goes through the different heavens. He said that he saw dark angels locked away in chains, being tormented. These were the ones who tried to destroy the sons of Adam. That's why Adam was a danger to his own soul, because it is forbidden to mix lower dimensional beings with higher dimensional beings. It is against the natural law of creation of our Father, Jesus Christ, and he forbid it. We are not supposed to do that, period. Those who live on the earth, they perish together with them through the waters and the flood. And it also tells you in the Rig Veda and other texts that God destroyed them with lightning bolts. I just read that to you. These are the first black waters. And after these waters, you saw white waters. This is the spring of Adam through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his generations and the birth of his sons, and his sons' sons, and those like them, and those who are white like them. Because at the time of the unwritten law was named among them. What's the unwritten law? Don't mix. Don't race mix. Kind after kind. Right in your face, it's here in the text. The words of the commandments were then fulfilled. So, ending, it says, these are the white waters which you have seen. So, I'm going to go back to the very beginning and let Hollywood be our teacher. And I'm going to give commentary on this, and then we're going to end the show tonight. So let's go to We Was Kangs and hear what he has to say.
Who is a king?
Who I need to be.
Who is Kang or who is king? And the black Satan tells you who I need to be. In other words, Hollywood is putting it right in your face that this black man here, Kang, is none other than Satan. He needs to be the king. He just told you that word for word. This is what Hollywood is presenting as science fiction, Marvel comic book heroes and villains. And here it is right in your face. And if you think that Marvel comic book heroes and villains have not used the Bible as their inspiration, or in other words, a telling of a story, and they hide it as science fiction, you're kidding yourself. Research Jack Kirby. So let's continue.
He didn't crash here. He was exiled here.
Janet,
Stay away.
you saved my life. I made a promise.
What are you going to do?
Win.
What are you going to do? And Satan tells you when. He's still at war with the children of Adam and Jesus Christ. He's going to win and take control of the earth matrix. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing a flood, a literal flood out of Satan's mouth, which is metaphor for his genetics mixing into the white waters and eradicating the nations of Atlantis, of the remnants of Atlantis, which are the white nations of the earth. New Jerusalem, Jerusalem, is nothing but New Atlantis right in your face. And Satan just told you he's going to win.
You came to kill the devil.
You came to kill the devil. One more time. Let it sink in.
You came to kill the devil, right? Well, guess what? I keep you safe. And if you think I'm evil, well, just wait till you meet my variants.
So if you look behind Satan right here, you have these two symbols right here. And these are in these windows, and these are sixes, incomplete sixes, 666, 666, the number of the beast, their father Satan, the father of the black waters. And he says, if you think I'm evil, wait till you see my variants. Let's see his variants.
If you think I'm evil, well, just wait till you meet my variants.
So the exiled one is dead.
How many did you call?
All of us.
And if you look, they're being projected through a cube into this lower dimension, and they are going to take over the multiverse or the universe. And Janet asked Satan, what are you going to do? And he said, win. I'm going to win. And these Kangs, these creators, so-called creators, they're manifesting into the lower dimensions from the multiverse. And these are his variants, his black waters. These are the children of the lower dimensions of the black waters that are going to make entrance into the earth. Hollywood is putting it right in your face. So that's going to end the show for tonight. Thank you for watching. May Jesus bless and good night.